Question 20 is another really common one, which is a heat pump actually going to work when it's cold outside, and am I going to be left in the lurch when it's snowing and bleak in January next year? Will a heat pump actually give me enough heat in my house? And the answer, of course, is it depends how it's applied. So we are covered by a piece of legislation in the UK called MCS, which we're going to cover in later questions. And this means that people like me who are designers of heat pumps have to prove to you, the homeowner, that the system is going to work when it's cold. So if we supply you with a unit which is big enough for the job, you will not be cold in cold weather. But we can illustrate this a little bit better using a couple of graphs. So the first graphic I'm going to show you here is a graph, and you can see that coming up in a straight line from the corner, you can see a red line. That red line is how much heat you need as it gets colder and colder. So on the cold days, you need a lot of heat, and on warmer days, you need less. The blue line above it is the amount of heat that the heat pump can actually give you on that day. And my job is to make sure that the amount of heat you need is always below the blue line. It's basically the first law of designing heat pumps. In this particular example, you can see that the two lines cross each other around about 3-4 degrees. What that tells me is if I put this machine in your house, you're actually not going to be warm enough as soon as it gets below 3 degrees. So this is a really bad design, and only a fool would install this. But in this second graphic that you can see, what we've done is we've opted to go for a slightly larger heat pump, and you can see that what's happening here is that the two lines never cross each other. So the heat pump in blue is always bigger than the amount of heat you need. This is the system you should be looking for. Most installers will give you a graphic like this, but one of the things you can rest assured of is that if your system is covered by the MCS, which are kind of the gatekeepers to the grants for heat pumps, it will be big enough and it will do the job.